everyone, and welcome to another video of Path of Exile. We are playing a new build. We are playing Blade Vortex. And a lot of the times when you look at profiles for Blade Vortex, they all pretty much have headhunters and no defense, no armor, and they all rely on headhunter only. So when I looked up some profiles, I was checking around for different items. I saw some people were using the brass dome. However, they all still had headhunters, and they still did not fully commit to being tanky. They were more focused on POE damage numbers than anything, rather than making the build viable for anyone that would want to pick it up. When I first started the build, I was having a lot of trouble with Blade Vortex. I would get one shot by skeleton archers and just random attacks, and I couldn't figure out what I was doing wrong. So we did try to make some changes to the build to make it more tanky. We tried to get a little bit more life in places that we can, whereas other builds were trying to be POE warriors and going for maximum damage. So here we have it. This is our skill tree. I'm also going to link the POE in the description so you guys can kind of modify your build to be similar if you want to play Blade Vortex this league, and if you want to have some fun with Blade Vortex without Headhunter, because I do not have Headhunter yet. So that's the next thing that I do want to get, is a Headhunter. But generally what the build does, we have Militant Faith, which gives us 3% more spell damage per power charge, which is really big. We have this node, which is 3 increased damage per endurance, frenzy, and power charge. And then we just stack our stats for the Omniscience. What this does with the brass dome is it gives us overcapped res, so all our resistance is 80%, and this makes us very strong. Very strong. Our physical reduction is 76% without flask. If I use one of my armor flasks, we're up to 30. Got a little spell suppression, uses for phasing. The only downside I would say is things like hinder, things that will slow your movement that you can't really control. I do have corrupted blood immunity, which I think is very important, because I think everybody needs this in their build, because it's just really annoying when you get corrupted blood on you. This is another item that we're using, which is pretty expensive. It's about Nana Exalts, which is Secrets of Suffering, which gives us Scorch and Brittle, and the way we get that is through our Herald Vash, so that we can get Scorch and we can get maximum crit. So our crit chance is 100% with Brittle, and with Scorch our damage is pretty outstanding. These are some of the items that I kind of messed around with. I can't afford a Headhunter yet, so this is the next best belt. This gives us a lot of Omni. This is the bow I'm using. Spell damage bow. High chance to do double damage. So for the gloves, the rings, everything, we stack as much attributes as we can, as you can see. The boots, they really help with giving me a lot of speed, a lot of movement. I get Tailwind and Elusive. I also get Onslaught, which is really good. This is a pretty interesting quiver. With this, you'd want to get a Corrupted Roll with gain 10% physical damage or higher as extra cold damage. This is just extra damage that you get. And for the gloves, I actually got to redo these because I was using some different gems in them earlier, but this gives vitality extra level, but it's not really worth it. I'd rather just change it back to gain physical damage to cold, just for more damage. But overall, this is our flask. Everything looks pretty good. Everything runs smoothly. You're able to do guardian bosses. You're able to farm bosses really fast. You can farm maps really fast without Headhunter, because we are using our tried and true Phantasmal Lightning Warp. And I don't know why people keep using Flame Dash. In my opinion, it makes no sense to be using Flame Dash when you can use Lightning Warp. Especially in a lot of these builds, there's nothing else I need here. There's nothing I need. So I can just pick what I want. I have my Immortal Call combo. I have Vitality. I have all my Auras here. I have my 6-link here. My Vortex here. There's literally nothing else that I need on the build. And this happens a lot in minion builds and some melee builds as well, and ranged builds. People just have slots filled with stuff just to fill it when you could be using Lightning Warp. I see a lot of builds that have empty slots and they're using Flame Dash, Frostblink, and I'm just like, what's wrong with these people? Do they not realize that Lightning Warp is way better? Like, this is way better for any build that you can fit it in. There's no reason not to use this. It's instant, and it has you don't have to use Second Wind. There's no cap to how many times you can use it. Very fast. It helps your mapping. Without a headhunter, it helps you to escape easily, get out of sticky situations if you're hindered. Boom, you're out of the hinder, you're out of the AoE attacks. It's just way better, and people really need to wake up to this. If you're not using this combo, you should be. I don't know why people still use Flame Dash, but to each their own. So we'll do a little mapping showcase to show you guys how it looks on a map. Basically, I'm going to do a little map just to show you guys how it looks. In my preview video, I did a Minotaur run, and it was pretty easy. I'm able to make mistakes. You're able to take hits, because if you get hit, you're able to survive and maneuver around. And with our Blade Vortex, we got the anomalous version, which gives us some additional life leech, which is really good. But yeah, the POB will be in the description, so you guys can take the setup and make changes to it however you like. But for the most part, I think it's a really fun build. It's an interesting build, because I did start with minions, and yeah, we'll go with Beyond, just so we get a lot of monsters and a lot of stuff on the screen, so you guys can see how it goes. Alright guys, let's get to the video here. Get some music up for us, and let's get to farming. we have it. Got a lot of loot to pick up, but other than that, it's a pretty smooth run. Blade Vortex is really fun, works really well, has really good synergy with lightning work. Yeah, pretty solid build. Can't wait to get a headhunter and make the farm, take the farm to the next level. Yeah, other than that, smooth sailing. And you can do bosses with this build. Bossing is not as hard as we think. I have some showcases of some bosses I can show as well in the video, and you guys will see how easy it is to boss. And we'll move to that footage now.